So you want to mod your Xbox 360 in the big 26, huh? Well, now it's easier than ever, and you don't have to tear apart your console to do it. Today, I'm going to show you how to do it with this one simple USB. To start off, you're going to want to plug in that USB into your Xbox and format it. Note, this will wipe any data on the drive off of there, so make sure you back it up first if you care about any of the data. Next up, you're going to want to disconnect your console from the internet, so unplug your Ethernet cable or disconnect it from the Wi-Fi. Next, you're going to want to disable any auto profile sign-ins because that is how this exploit will work. And I suggest you remove any accounts you care about just in case, so that way they don't get banned. Maybe move them to another storage media or something. Then you take that formatted USB, take it out of your Xbox, plug it into your PC. Quick note, I'm following this guide from Reddit, and it's a little lengthy, but he provides a bunch of useful links, which I will have linked in the description, so shout out to this guy. So this is the GitHub page for ABadAvatar written by Shutterbug2000. There are a few things to note. You're going to make sure your console is on this system version, which I will have a link for in the description, which you will want to download that. Back on the Reddit guide, we're going to want to click this link in step number 1, which will be the download for XeUnshackle and the ABadAvatar exploit. Then you're also going to want to click this link in the description for the system update version that you want to run on and download that. I've just formatted my USB through the Xbox 360, and you should see these two files up in here. If you do not see these files, you come up to View, Show, Hidden Items, and I'm on Windows 11, so this is what it looks like. If you're on Windows 10 or some earlier OS, it should be somewhere similar up here. So once you download those two items, which will be linked in the description, you know your system update and ABadAvatar plus XeUnshackle, you're going to want to extract them and just throw them on your desktop for the time being. So you're going to want to open up that ABadAvatar folder, drag and drop all those folders and files onto the root of your USB drive. And then you can also drag and drop that system update folder right onto the root of your USB as well. Okay, so once you have drag and dropped those two folders onto the root of your USB, you'll go into apps and you'll see Aurora is already pre-included in here, which is nice. So you go in here and then you will find Aurora.xex. You want to right click that and click on copy as path. And then we will go back and back again, and then we will go into the launch.ini file, and we will make a change here. We will go into the default section, and right where after the equal sign is, we'll paste that in there, remove the quotations, and then where it says H:, or whatever drive that may be, we want to change it to USB:, and that is with a capital U. Very important. As you can see, I highlighted there real quick the USB:, that is the part we want ours to look like in the default section. And once you have done that little change, we will save it and close this, and then you can eject your USB. And then you can take that USB, plug it back in your 360, turn it on, and then you should be greeted with this screen talking about a system update. You just want to go ahead and hit yes and let it update, and then your console should automatically reboot, and it should begin the exploitation. Once you reboot, you should be greeted to the profile sign-in screen. You don't want to click on anything as the exploit's already running. This is the screen it runs on. Now, something I want to note real quick is that when running the exploit, your LEDs will start flashing like crazy. Now, this actually has a meaning. There are a couple stages, and I will link this webpage down in the description, which will tell you the meanings of the LEDs and the stages. If it ever gets stuck, which I had happen to me, you just turn off your console and retry. A good indicator if the exploit is stuck is when you're not able to move the avatar menu no more. And then once it's done, you should be greeted by XeUnshackle. You should be able to see your CPU key, other fun stuff like that. And then you want to click on the back button to load up into Aurora. One thing to note is that Aurora, the first time it loads up, it's going to take a minute for it to launch. And here we are. We are finally inside of Aurora. There is nothing here, but congratulations, your console is modded and you are free to do whatever you want with it. Run any homebrew, run any games you have. You can install games too from a disk or download them. You know, I don't encourage piracy. Now, real quick, I just want to show you how to add your paths. So you click the start button, go into your settings, and then you come down to content, and then right where it says manage paths, you click add, and you select the location, you hit change, and then you can go into your hard drive, which is HDD1, and you go ahead and you select the content folder. Make sure you select the content folder by pressing Y, and then you can hit save, and it should automatically start scanning. If it doesn't, you can hit scan now. And you could also add another path for your USB. So if you want to transfer games to your USB for the Xbox to play, you can do it that way too. I'd also suggest changing the scan depth to 9 or infinity. That way you can find all of your games and files. I was having this issue, so I changed that, and then all of my games started showing up. Now, if you notice, none of my games have covers, and that is because I'm not connected to the internet. I'm not sure if Aurora has the plugin included, but there's a plugin that stops you from connecting to the Xbox Live service when you're in Aurora. I'm going to try to link some tutorial videos that I found useful for myself in the description as well that you could follow for setting up Aurora and getting everything set up how you want it. And that is as far as this video is going to go. So I thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have fun. Peace.